Yo, 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 what's up? This is Jeremy from J Generation, go to the beach, capital of the state. Well, we're all late. We're not late this time. So true. What's up, everybody? Ray, what in the world? Who lied to you? What's up, Box? What's up, Dusty? Scoot, Ray. Who else? Ray, what are you talking about? What lied to you? I ain't got much today. Maybe the live won't get interrupted. I have been cleaning up and ordering parts. Ordering parts. Look, there's 3 of my degrees. Look, 1, 2. Look, see them up there at the top. Look, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them right there hanging on the wall in the shop, and the other ones, there's like 8 of them in the house. There ain't no room for them in the house. So those 3 are right here. I need to fix those. What's up, classic car guy? Ooh. Man, I tell you what, my shop it's not clean. It's still going to be cleaner, but it's getting there. At one time I had like 6 vehicles in here. And it's just overwhelming, like craziness. So less is more. That makes sense. Less is more. Less is more. I still got some more cleaning to do. So right now, I'm getting my fingerprints off. So I still need to clean all that stuff off top of the bathroom. That's C10 parts up there, and 61. That's a rack and pinion. That up there is a lot of stuff for that. There's the engine for that. Yeah. Thinking about taking, I don't know, the wheels on that cart that I built for that thing. They're like 2-inch wheels, and they're supposed to have been hard plastic, but they have flattened on one side. So there is no way I can roll that thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack it up, put jack stands underneath it, cut those wheels off, and then buy some bigger metal wheels, weld those on to the bracket so I can hook the chain. There's a chain in the front. Then what I can do is I can bring the tractor in here and hook the chain to it and pull it and move it out of the way, or, roll it. Yeah, you should have seen me putting that sun gun right there by myself. Y'all should have seen that. 99% of everything I do is by myself. And I get it up the runway in here by myself. So what I want to do is I want to go, don't look at that right yet. Y'all don't look at that. So what I want to do on the outside, what I want to do out there out there on the floor, I want to get a core drill and go over there in front. I'm going to show you, but I want to go out there and core drill a hole. That concrete out there is like 3.5 foot thick out there. It's thick. It's thick. Somewhere around there, 3 foot, 3.5 foot thick. It's thick. It was cheaper to put concrete than it was to put dirt. What's up, Chris? From South Carolina. I'm just north of you. I'm in North Carolina. So what I want to do is I want to take a core drill, drill a hole in the concrete, And then I want to build a plate to bolt to chemical anchor to the concrete. And then in the middle of that plate, I want to have a 2x2 reach tubing. And then I want to get a winch, an electric 120 winch from like Harbor Freight, like a 10,000 or 12,000 pound winch. And then I can drop it down in that hole, and then I can winch stuff up the hill to get where it's at, if that makes sense. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I want to come right here, dead center of this bay, and I want to core drill a hole into the concrete. Right, and then I want to build a plate, pretty big plate. I want to chemical anchor it to the concrete, and then I want to get a winch and put it on a plate where I can move, take it in and out. Then I can drop it down in the hole, and then I got power right here, and then I can winch stuff up the hill. I can winch stuff up the hill. Like there's a vehicle down there, I could winch it up into this bay. The middle bay, not so much. I mean, I thought about doing the same thing and putting a plate right here, but I deal in stuff that's so low all the time, I didn't want nothing protruding up in the floor coming in and out. So I could put a drop hook in the floor, you know, like old chain pocket, and then put a snatch block and then run it over that winch, and then run the winch cable from there to the snatch block and then run it down to pull stuff up. I could do that. But I got the old 4-door. I got it in on the lift because I would have done it today, but I had so much stuff going on, crazy stuff. So I'm gonna start taking all these panels off. I'm gonna take the front clip off. I'm just gonna take it off in one piece. Try my best to take it off in one piece. And then going to take the bed off, and then take the cab off, and then roll the chassis out of the way. I'm gonna build a buggy to hold the cab, because that's the only thing I need. I don't even need the front sheet metal because I got an 86 front end right there. You need what? What do you need? What's up, big fish? What do you need? Oh, yeah. I'm going to get to that in a second, Ray. What do you need, big fish? Let me answer that question, and then we're going to finish. What do you need, big fish? So, a crew cab. Yeah, I've had this one way before Built had his. Only thing I need, like I said, I have a whole front clip. This clip here is this front end, and I don't like it. I mean, I don't like this front end. So the only thing I need is the cab. I might reuse the bed. If I might, I don't know. I might reuse it. I hadn't decided, but the only thing I need is the cab, and it's pretty solid. It was a 454 truck, but that's all I need is the cab, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the front sheet metal, the cab, and the bed, that's pretty much it. I don't need nothing else. I'm not using nothing else. That's the only thing I'm needing. And then I'm gonna take and build a buggy, you know, like I build buggies for everything. So I'm gonna build a buggy for the cab, and then bolt the cab to the buggy so I can roll the cab in and out and do all my stuff to it. This truck don't have no interior, but I mean, it's got door panels. I didn't even realize that till I got back in it, but it has door panels. But John from over at Buchanan's, he said that there was a Suburban over there that had interior in it, but I don't need the headliner because I got a headliner, but I got a headliner out of a SUV because I'm cutting the roof. And the reason why I'm cutting the roof is I actually want to get it in here on the buggy so I can kind of work on it, you know, because I have a panoramic roof right here. I'm putting this panoramic roof in that 4-door. So I have the whole, I'm just taking the skin and the skeleton out, and I'm gonna spot weld it in the roof. And I'm gonna do a panoramic roof. But yeah, I don't need the chassis. I don't need none of that. I don't need the chassis. I don't need the rear end. Well, I say I don't need the rear end. Let's look and see. I've been looking at new rear ends like out of 2020. I've been looking at new rear ends out of 2500s. Yeah, see, that's the same rear end that Build on a Budget put underneath his truck. You see how far the hub is from the spring perch, so you can turn this into a dually, and that's what I'm doing. But I don't know if I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see what the price versus turning this into disc brakes versus just buying one out of the junkyard, like out of a 2015 or a 2016 2500 with disc brakes all together. So it's a long bed, so that's why I don't know if I'm gonna use this bed, because the company that's building the chassis for it, I think it takes a regular bed. So it'd actually be a 4-door regular bed, not a long bed. So it'd be like my 2015. See, my 2015 is a 4-door with a regular bed. I think single wheels are 2 inches wider. Actually, there's 2 different ones. There's cabin chassis, and then there's the regular one. So I'll have to measure, because you think about it. You think about when you take the wheels, the dually wheels, and turn them around, that inner wheel goes inward, right? That's my wood truck. That's what I haul trash off with and go cut wood and all that. Yeah, it's got the Hercules turbo injection, big injectors, big turbo. She's a monster. So, but Woody, I don't know. I have to measure because what is it? There's a company in Texas that they build rims that bolt directly to with no spacers, no adapters. I'm not running adapters to go from 8-lug to a semi wheel. They make wheels that bolt right up, that are semi wheels. They look like semi wheels, but they bolt with no adapters. That's what I was that's what I was telling Build on a Budget. When you run those adapters, you're gonna make everything wider anyway. So time will tell when he gets his simulators cut down, his semi wheels cut down from 22s and a halves to 22s, and then he puts his spacers on to put his wheels on there. We're gonna find out if he's gonna have wheel clearance. Oh yeah, I've had to water up to the window. I've been up to the water to the window. It weighs like 13,000 pounds. Yeah. So we'll just have to see on that. But again, I want to run disc brakes. So if I have to shorten this rear end to put disc brakes on it, I'm not using. There's a lot of guys that's using like I said, 2500 Chevrolet rear ends with disc brakes, out of newer trucks that bolt right up to it. GSS Fab is building a chassis for this truck, and I have to double check and see. I think it's a short. I think it's a short bed, but it's a full chassis. So it's that's why I only need the cab. I don't need nothing else. And if it is a short bed, I have another bed. I have two bedsides. I have two bedsides, and I have a headboard, all new from Automail Direct. And I'm not going to run, just build a floor, false floor, because I'm probably going to run either 24s or 26s. So it'd be 26s in the back and 24s in the front, or it'd be 24s all the way around. I'm not sure. I ain't decided on that. I gotta shut the greenhouse. I had to shut the greenhouse. And then here's the mini truck. I got to get the engine back from it so I can put it in. That's the zipper camper. That camper is full air ride, full bagged it out, full lace chassis. Was going to pull that behind the 5.4. Now we're going to pull it behind the square body. So like I said, boys and girls, I've been cleaning up. So is this truck going to be a project truck? This truck here is going to turn into this truck. So that truck is going to turn into that. And I have a 12-valve twin turbo Cummins 5.9 that's going in it. There's a buddy I talked to the other day. He found a 24-valve that had a 6-speed manual transmission in it. The rear end's busted in the truck. And he's going to buy the truck. He wants the engine. I want the transmission. So if he makes the deal, then I got me a 6-speed manual, because I'm putting a manual transmission in that. So did you, Ray, did you see that car that flew? So, all right, so yeah, see, I had a single cab dually. It was a 454 truck. And I was going to build that first. And then a guy called me and said, hey, I got a 4-door. So I sold the single cab and bought the 4-door. And then I had another rendering done for a 4-door. All right, so let's talk about this morning. Let me tell you this, and then we're going to talk about, I'm going to crank the 54 for everybody, okay? I'm not going to be on here long. Well, I say that. So it's, yeah, the 4-door, it's really clean. I mean, it's, underneath of it is solid. I mean, it's got its typical, not like rotted out, like tremendously bad. It's got a little bit of here, like a little bit of patch here, a little bit of patch there. But when I have it media blasted and take all of its clothes off, we would definitely know what's up with it. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I have rockers. I have inner and outer rockers. I have cab corners. I have a floor. I have a floor for a single cab, but that doesn't mean, I mean, I can build a floor. I mean, I can roll the sheet metal, roll the beads. I mean, and then, so that's not a problem. The firewall is solid, but I'm going to shave the firewall anyway. So I'm going to cut everything out, and I'm going to shave the firewall and bead roll everything. So even if it was, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cut all of it out anyway. I just need a cab. I needed a cab and a title. That's all I needed. The rest of it, is irrelevant to me. So I got that. I got a cab and a title. That truck actually had a 454 in it running, and the guy, I told him, I said, look, just pull the 454 out and the turbo 400. He said, you don't want it? I said, no, I don't want it. I don't want the 454. And he's like, you serious? And I said, yeah, just pull it out. So the day I picked it up, they were pulling the engine out, engine and transmission out. So I told him, I said, heck, dude, I just need the cab and at the time I said, dude, all I need is the front sheet metal, the cab. You can keep the chassis. He was like, no, man, take it all. What am I going to do with the chassis? You know? So, but nevertheless, that's that. So, let me tell you what happened. So yesterday, yesterday I was taking some parts back to AutoZone. I'm sitting in the front seat of my truck, my 2015. I'm sitting in the front seat of the truck. I got all the stuff in my hands, and next thing you know, bam, I get hit. And I'm like, I look over my shoulder, I don't see nothing. I look over this shoulder, and this little car is just leaving. So I jump out, take a picture of the tag. I chase her down. She stops at the stop sign in the parking lot. I get her to stop. I tell her she hits me. She's like, what? I said, you just hit me. And she says, it's not that bad, is it? And I said, well, I'm calling the law. And I turned around and walked off. I already had her tag number. She come over there. She was upset. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm calling the law. Blah, 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 whatever. So that was yesterday. I come home, and then I get home, and I tried to go live, and then we lost the signal, and then I tried to go live again. I lost the signal. I went to the road. I called the internet provider. They said they had some software glitch, blah, blah, blah. And then I came back, and I tried to go live again. Then I get a phone call. I get my cameras are sending me messages. The neighbors up the street, they see blue lights. The chicken people across the road, they see blue lights. Everybody knows me. They got my number. Hey, man, you got shit going down, blah, 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 whatever. So by the time I get in the truck, I go to the end of the drive, I get to the end of the road. This kid, now I can say it, this kid run off the road. He straightened the curve out. I'm trying to post a video. This is no shit. I tried to go live this morning. It wouldn't go live. It did go live, but the service up here is crappy. So I made a 7-minute video, and that 7-minute video has been trying to post since 9 o'clock this morning. So whenever that video posts, you can go watch and see everything that I'm telling you. How close this boy came to not being here today, just bad. So he basically come around the curve. It's like a high bank turn, like at Talladega. They said he was running anywhere from 65 to 75 mile an hour plus. He should have just drove. Yeah, everybody's good. He should have just drove through the curve. He should have just gassed it and just high banked it and went on out. But he didn't. He was young. He nailed the brakes. When he nailed the brakes, he's in a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox. He slid the brakes probably, you'll see it in the picture, probably 60, 70 foot black marks on the driver's side, and then the passenger side hit the dirt, the shoulder, and then he's sliding. When he there's a pin oak that is like this big around, and then there's it's like really close to the road. There's a pin oak like this big, and then behind that there's like a log jam, and in front of that there's like a ditch culvert. He threaded the needle. And when I'm telling you he threaded the needle, he threaded the needle. So this is the oak tree. Here's more trees. This is my gate, okay? My gate pole, my support pole is a 12-foot pole. What's up, Cars in the Cut? It's a 12-foot pole. Drove in the ground like 8 foot. So when he come around that curve, he threaded the needle. He hit that little dip, you know, for the water. It picked the car up. It scooted it like this. He caught that red oak or that pin oak with the front fender. He done that. When he hit it like that, it flipped the car over. He broke this pole completely flat off the ground. Slung my 16-foot swing gate, slung it like 50 yards. There's another pole right here. He rolled over that, and then he knocked down 6 pine trees. And the pine trees that he knocked down is about this big around. He rolled and then he landed on his wheels. When I got there, from when I went live and I got up there and the police chief was up there, he was standing at the road, him and his buddy. When I got there, there was no EMS, no fire trucks, no nothing. It was just a deputy or just a police chief from town because he knows this place. So I said, where's the driver at? And he goes, here I am, sir. And I said, you by yourself? And he's like, no, my buddy's with me. I said, dude, are you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm a little shaken up. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. And he was just standing there. So I said, man, how fast are you just going? He said, sir, I wasn't running about 40 miles an hour. I said, dude, there's no way. He's like, oh yeah, I wasn't running about 40 miles an hour. I said, well, let me tell you this. You can say whatever you want to, but physics don't lie. So when the highway patrol gets here and he breaks out that little tape tick, that little tape roller, and he measures the black marks, and he measures where that sun gun landed at, and you done this, and he puts it in the formula, and he takes the weight of the car, and he does all this physics, and I love physics. He's gonna tell you about how fast you was running. Really? I said, yeah, really. So then the ambulance gets there. He refuses, he gets an ambulance, he talks to him, he gets out, he refuses treatment. Fire department gets there, they check out the car. The car's not a fire hazard, blah, blah, blah. So then they leave, all right? Highway patrol gets here, all right? Highway patrol finally gets there. When they finally get here, they're talking to him. They're asking me, I said, I'm the landowner, so I have to give them all my information. He's giving them information, and then the guy's parents, what's up, Elko? His parents get here, all right? He's talking to his parents, and then the kid comes up to me, super polite. That lie changed quick. So when the kid was super polite, super polite. He come up to me and he said, hey, sir. And I said, yes, sir. He said, am I going to have to pay you? I'm like, what? He said, am I going to have to pay you for that stuff? I'm like, for my gate, my trees, and the poles and stuff? Yeah. I was like, yeah. Man, are you serious? I was like, yeah, you're going to have to pay. I ain't got, how much you think it's going to cost? I said, I don't want to misspeak, but I just had that gate put up, and that gate's not cheap. A couple $100? I said, $100 wasn't even by the post. And he's like, I ain't got no money. I said, well, your mom and daddy do. And he goes, man, I am so sorry. Can't we just call this just okay? And I'm like, I said, look, man, if you was 6 inches to the left, we would be having a different conversation, me and your parents, because you wouldn't be here. Because you would have hit that tree dead center on the driver's side. Yeah. I said, you have your seatbelt on? Yeah, I had it on. I said, really? He said, yeah, I had it on. I said, okay, cool. I said, your buddy have his seatbelt? Yeah, he had his seatbelt on too. I said, okay. So when the highway patrolman was talking to him, he asked him, you have your seatbelt on? He said, yeah, we had our seatbelt on. So the highway patrolman goes over to the car, pulls the door open, reaches in there and grabs the seatbelt, and that sun gun is locked top. He goes, did you have your seatbelt on? Yes, sir, I have my seatbelt on. He said, so you was driving? He said, yes, sir. And he said, well, how did you have your seatbelt on if you was driving? He said, what? He said, how'd you have your seatbelt on? He said, I just had it on. He said, well, come show me how you had it on. And he goes over there and he grabs it and he tries to pull it. He said, I guess it's stuck. And he said, well, let me explain something to you. He said, let me explain something to you, He said, let me explain something to you, son. Yes, sir. He said, if you had your seatbelt on and you was in a high impact crash, which you were, there's a cartridge in the seatbelt that will ignite and snatch the seatbelt to pull you to the seat to keep you from everything. Yes, sir. And he said, do you mind? He's like, and he pulled his shirt down like that right there. And he said, you don't have no marks on you. And your seatbelt is locked in the position that means that you didn't have it on. Well, now that you think of it, I guess I didn't have it on. I guess that's why I was rolling around in the car when I thought my seatbelt just come off. So he's like, okay. So I go sit back down. They're talking, whatever. The owner, the parents come up to me and says, hey, we're so sorry. You know, just let us know how much it is, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, man, I'm turning on the insurance. I said, I got your insurance. I'm turning on the insurance. I said, man, I'm not getting into this rigmarole stuff. I said, I just turn on the insurance. And he said, yeah. And I looked at the boy and I said, man, where are you coming from? I was coming from work. And I said, you buddy too? Yeah, we work the same place. And he said, we was over in Charlotte working today. Now, y'all take this into consideration. Charlotte is about 2 hours from us, okay? 2 hours, okay? The wreck happened like at 7:36 or something, right? So 2 hours from them would have been, what, 4, 5, 6, been around 5 o'clock. And he said he works in Charlotte. And then I said, huh, interesting. And he's like, yeah, we was at work. And so the highway patrolman is explaining to his parents and to him how everything works and blah, 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 you know, and this and that, whatever. So then they asked him, do you want me to call a rollback to come get it the next rotation? And they said, no, we'll get it. And then they looked at me and said, is it okay if they get the car later? I said, is the car a fire hazard? Because it's sitting in pine straw and I don't want it to catch fire and burn everything down. Oh, no, it's no fire hazard, blah, 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 whatever. I said, okay. I said, when y'all coming to get it? We'll be here first thing in the morning. I said, okay, cool. Well, first thing this morning, I'm up at 6 o'clock. I literally thought the car was going to be gone this morning when I went up there because I wanted to get some daylight pictures. So I go up there, and sure enough, the car's there. So I try to go live to show everything, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of busted, whatever. But anyways, I waited for a pretty good while, and then I call the number. What's up, Cuddy? I call the number. I'm about to crank this thing here in a second. Just hold on one time. So I called the number. Oh, yeah. So after everybody leaves, the parents leave, the highway patrolman, we're sitting there talking, you know, they're waiting for some stuff to, you know, go whatever. They're on standby for this other call. And he says, I said, man, he said, the highway patrolman looked at me, he said, you know the bad thing about it? And I said, what's that? He said, he ain't got no driver's license. I said, who ain't got no driver's license? He said, the boy driving. I said, what do you mean he ain't got no driver's license? He said, he ain't got no driver's license. He's 16 years old, and the boy riding with him was 17. He said, they didn't have no driver. He said, neither one of them had no driver's license. They only had high school permits. I said, do what? He said, they didn't have no driver's license. I said, and you let them go? He said, there really ain't nothing I can do about it. And he said, what? He said, I wrote him a ticket, driving with no driver's license, you know, blah, 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 you know, speeding, this, that, whatever. He said, I wrote it like you're supposed to write it. And then I wrote their parents a ticket because it's their car and they let him drive with no driver's license. And I said, if he's 16 years old, why ain't he in school? Why ain't they in school? He said, I don't know. I said, man, oh, man, oh, man. He said, well, don't worry about it. They got insurance. They got insurance. They, you know, everything will be fine, whatever. And he said, if their insurance kind of company bucks, all you got to do is tell your insurance company, give them this police number, this incident number, and your insurance company will go after them and get your money. I said, you do know a pine tree that is this big around, that is 6 foot tall, is $475 to replace. He said, do what? I said, anything over 6 foot tall to 10 foot tall is like $700. Anything over 10 foot higher is like $1,400. And he said, are you serious? I said, it's a heart attack. And he said, So this morning I waited, and when I called the number that they give me, right? I called the number that they give me. Somebody answered the phone. I said, hello. And they said, hello. I said, hey, how you doing? They said, fine. I said, Hey, I was just calling and want to know when you're going to come and get this car. And he said, car? I said, yeah, when you come and get this SUV. He's like, what SUV? I said, a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox, silver in color, or like a gray in color, tag number Tango Alpha Zebra, you know. Oh, that car. I said, yes, that car. Yeah, that car's no good, man. That car's totaled. I said, yeah, I know it's totaled. When are you coming to get, dude, you can't make this shit up. I said, when are you coming to get it? He's like, man, that car's totaled. I said, I know it's totaled. I was there. I'm standing here right now looking at it. I know it's totaled. Yeah, that car's totaled. I said, look, everybody in the room and everybody on the internet knows the car is totaled. He said, yes. I said, okay, we established that point. He said, yes. My question to you is, when are you going to come get it? Because, see, it's not in the right of way of the road. It's on my property, about, 40 or 60 yards on my property. So I'm wondering when you're going to come get your car. Well, I mean, the car's no good. It don't drive. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, man. Let me lay down. Man, I know. I understand. I know the car don't drive. I know it's totaled. All 4 tires are busted off the rims. When are you coming and getting your effing car? Well, man, it don't drive, and we'll call a rollback and tell them to come get it. Yes, Ray. I said, the car. When are you coming to get the car? And there's just silence. And then he said, man, the car ain't no good. It don't drive. The car ain't no good. Click them. The son of a gun hung up on me. Well, see, what they don't understand is on the police report, it's got their information on it. So I called back. They don't answer. So I star 67. Star 67. That still works if y'all didn't know that. Star 67. I waited about 30 minutes. Star 67. I called them back. They answered the phone. Hello? I said, hello? Hello? Hey, how are you? I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm okay. He said, yeah. I said, do I got your attention? He said, yeah. I said, when you come and get your car? He's like, man, that car don't run, man. Why you keep calling me? I said, it's your damn car. Why don't you come get it? He said, man, the car ain't no good. It's busted. And he hangs up on me. Cuddy, it's a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox. You can't use that. Where are you going to put that in? You can't put... The front CV axle's busted. So that tells me that the transmission's busted. So I call the highway patrol. I get the officer that was on duty. Oh, it's even better than that, Woody. It's even better than that. So I call the highway patrol and I said, hey, man, these people ain't coming to get this car. It's coming on 11 o'clock. It's still here. I want this thing gone. It's been here more than 12 hours. And he's like, they ain't coming. I said, no, they ain't coming. He said, look, if you dial 911, if you call dispatch is going to put the next person on rotation. And then people's going to be upset on the rotation because rollback service around here, boy, they love rollback rotation. And we right next to the interstate, man. They'll be snatching cars all day. DUIs, snatch. I got a homeboy. He makes a killing on the weekends snatching cars. So you don't want to jam nobody up. He's like, look, man. He said, if you have somebody that you particularly want to come get it, since it's on your property, you can do a landowner request to have it removed. And I will update the police report saying that the car was sitting there for more than 12 hours and it was abandoned and the owners didn't come get it and the owner did an owner's request to have it towed. Okay, big dog, that's all you need to tell me? So I called my buddy. I said, hey, big dog, I need you to come do something for me. He said, what? I told him. He said, yeah, I heard that call last night. I said, well, the car's still here. He said, I'm on my way. So he come got the car. So when I'm sorry, I'm late. I had a mask on. Oh, no worries, mate. No worry, Lee. So my buddy come got the car, right? So my buddy, I got all the information, right? So we're getting ready. I just had the police report, right? So when my buddy's moving the car, he looked on the ground and there's the registration to the car. So he picks it up, the restoration, max tags, this, that, whatever. Here's the crazy part. The person that's on the restoration for the car ain't even the same person on the green paper. You can't make this up. So my buddy says, Lord have mercy. So my buddy takes the car back to his place. He calls the insurance company, tells the insurance company, does that. I call the insurance company. I call them. I tell them everything's going on. They tell me that the owner of the vehicle reported the car stolen this morning. You can't make this up. And I said, well, it wasn't stolen last night. Yeah, but it wasn't stolen. I said, it wasn't stolen. And they said, what? I told them, I said, this is who was driving, this who come get it, this whatever, this whatever. And I said, that person's got to be on there. And it just went through. It just went on and on and on and on. So basically what they did, they had loaned, so at the end of the day, my buddy still got the car. So my buddy calls me and tells me that he still ain't heard nothing. But then I get a call from the police saying that was like the community car. And they let other people drive the car. So it was like a village bicycle. Everybody rides it, everybody borrows it, but it was in one person's name, and the insurance was in their name. And then when that person found out the car was wrecked, they called and reported the car stolen so it wouldn't jam up their insurance. So the person that was, the people that's on this paper don't even own the car. They was just driving. So when I talked to the insurance company, I told them, I said, look, the son gun wasn't stolen. This is the person that was driving it. He was 16 years old. He didn't have no driver's license. Here's the police report number, blah, blah, blah. I said, you will pay me. You will pay me. She said, we'll send an adjuster out there on Monday. I said, you do whatever you want to. If you'll send me an email, I'll send you all the paperwork. Man, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me, I promise you. And I ain't even went nowhere. I'm still in my own damn house, and this shit happened to me. So I think it's comical. So the insurance company told me that they would fix everything, blah, 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 whatever, but they'd have to do an investigation. Was there any witnesses that this person was driving? I said, yeah, the highway patrol, my neighbor, the chicken man, the paramedics, the police chief, the fire people, and bystanders. I said there was like 8 or 9 people that seen this kid's like, yeah, I was driving. I wasn't running but 45 miles an hour. Yeah. So that's that. So my buddy said that it doesn't matter that they reported it stolen today. It was still covered on 2/28/2025. You still have to leave the house. Better pray. So it was still, and the insurance policy is good till October. So their policy is good. He says that he's already told the insurance company he has the car. And he says tomorrow he starts charging $75 a day for storage plus the storage fee. He says the insurance company, he does more of this stuff to me. He said the insurance company will come get the car, but they'll have to pay it off. He said, I called to find out, and he said there is a lien. The car is financed through Wells Fargo. He said the car has got a note on it at Wells Fargo. So he says, I've already contacted my representative that handles that to let Wells Fargo know that the car's been totaled and blah, blah, blah. He said, they will pay. He said, I will not release the car until they pay you, big dog. The true owner of the car is getting, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So my fence guy came down today, and he said, you're probably looking, he said, new post, new gate. He said, you're probably looking, he said, that's a 16-foot galvanized gate. You got 2 posts, the hardwire, the lock. It took, look, let me show you this. I don't have it. My buddy took it. It took a lock, a padlock. I mean a big one, a grown one. and it stretched the link completely out. That sun gun's like that long. So I think, don't quote me on this. He says probably gonna be $800-900. He said, we'll have to come down there. He says, we'll have to drive. He said, I have to bring more posts. I'll have to drive the post that's broke or drive beside it and then put up a new gate and a new hardware. He said, you're probably looking around $1,000 for a gate to put a new gate up. Yeah, the lock link, it stretched that sun gun out like a daggone spaghetti noodle. Plus, you got the trees. There's like 6 trees. So the tree people are coming Monday to, do you know there's a tree appraiser? So there's a tree coming. I know a tree guy. So he's coming Monday to appraise the trees. Little sapling, because I had this stuff planted. A little pine sapling about yay big is $55. If it's like the size of your thumb and it's like this tall, it's like $55. And he says, if the son of a gun is tweaked and nobody was hurt, dude, they left. They was cooking. They was cooking. All right, boys and girls. So, that's that. So, let's get out here and talk to I'm glad they wasn't hurt, I don't want nobody to bury a child, I buried one of my own, and I don't want him to do it, but here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So, Ray keeps telling me this is his car. So, this car has not been cranked in a long time. I was actually concerned that the gas would be whatever, but luckily I had race gas in it, so it is what it is. So I went and got a couple gallons of 100 octane, a few gallons of 100 octane, and a few gallons of 93. I put the gas in it. Yeah, and we're gonna see if this thing. My wife told me, she said, if you don't stop, I've already cranked it one time today. She said, if you don't stop cranking that car, I'm going to bust you in the head with a hammer. Well, I said, well, I'm going to crank it one more time. I'm going to crank it one more time. She said, every time you crank that car, it rattles the windows in the house. So let's see what she does. I let it run just a little bit, warm up before I vroom on it. Oh, it's got full air ride on it. It's laying out now. It's laid frame on, but it's got full air ride. I mean, I can pick it up, but I ain't gonna mess with it. I mean, it'll pick it up 4.5 inches. It's got like 4.5, 5 inches of ride height, but I'm not gonna pick it up. I mean, ain't no sense in me picking it up. Yeah, everything I got, man's got air ride on it. Everything. The Impala's got air ride. This got air ride. The little Toyota's got air ride on it. The 86 square body, it's got air ride on it. Hell, we think about putting, I like to put hydraulics on that C20 van, but it'll probably get air ride on it. So. It's got 3-inch exhaust on it. It's got MagnaFlow exhaust on it. And the turn downs are right there. And they're turned down and you can hear it go plop, 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 plop. So it's a 383 stroker, dart block, aluminum heads, Pete Jackson noisy gear drive, Lenati crank, or no, Lenati supercharged cam, supercharged nitrous cam, Phytech fuel injection. It's got a turbo 400 monster transmission in it, but I have a 5-speed manual built for it. I just never put it in it, but I put the swing pedals. I mean, it runs and drive. I mean, I can drive it. The last interior shop that had it, they went out of business and they throwed all my interior away. So I don't have any interior. So I need a front seat, a back seat. I need at least a front seat and a back seat. Then I can take it to another upholstery shop. So I don't have no front seat. All my door stuff's gone, like window regulators, all that shit. They lost all. They just threw all that away. So that's one reason why I got aggravated and disgusted with it and not finished it. I've been working on this thing for 20 years, and during COVID is when they lost my interior. So, 5 years ago, that's how long it's just, I mean, I'll drive it to town on a bucket, on a milk crate, and come home, but I don't have any interior for it. And they don't make 1954 Bel Air Coupe interior, you know, the seats. And then I talked to one company about building interior, you know, and they talking about seats and console in the back, and they give me a price like 20 grand, and I'm not trying to hear nothing like that. So that's where she'll see it. So or you can't steal another classic seat or custom. I could. I mean, I'd have to go on the internet and see what front seat would fit, back seat would fit, and modify it. And I just lost interest in it. I mean, I looked for a while, you know, I'd find cars. I bought a 4-door, actually. I did buy a 4-door. I bought it for like $500. And I had it towed here. And I got it here, and then nothing will work. The front seat won't work because it's a 4-door. It don't fold forward. The back seat don't work because it's a 4-door. The window regulators won't work because it's a 4-door. So I just drug it in the woods. I just lost interest in it. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll finish it. I mean, I got it on my arm. I mean, maybe one day I'll finish it, but I don't know. It's just kind of discouraging, you know, because I lost all the stuff. And, you know, they went out of business, so you can't get blood out of a turnip if nobody's there. So, you know, and they were in a building, and then they never came back. And then the landlord that owned the warehouse, they come in and just threw everything in the dumpster, and he didn't know. I mean, wasn't his fault, but didn't get anything. And I got people looking for front seats and back seats. If I could get the front seats and the back seats and the window regulator stuff for the front doors, I'm not really worried about the back windows, the side windows. I could put them in and just lock them because the back windows, the side windows roll down about that far, right? I could just put the glass in it and lock it, right? And where it don't roll down, you know. But on the front windows, I need all the window regulators. I need all the hardware. I'm sure there's a company that makes like a power window kit, and I mean it's supposed to have vent glass and all that, and just it's just aggravating. It's just aggravating. I have thought about just draining the fuel system and putting it in and throwing about a 5-gallon bucket through of mothballs in it and putting it in a shipping container and just putting it in a shipping container and just pull it down here and put it in a shipping container, fill it full of mothballs and put stay built in the fuel system and shut the door and just leave it be. Honestly. And if I ever found an interior for it, just pull it out. But every now and I hadn't cranked it in a while, and I was worried that the gas got gummy. Now, if that had been a carburetor, it'd never cranked. It'd never cranked. Carburetor would have been shot. And I'm surprised the injectors ain't shot. So I'm going to put some stay build in it. I'm not going to crank it no more. The wife just texted me. She said, "You've cranked that thing for again," and I'm in here trying to watch television, or I'm in here trying to read a book, and all I hear is won't, the dishes in the damn cabinets rattling. Well, Budville, the bad thing about it is if I find a seat on eBay, a front bench seat, they'll want $700-800 for the bench seat, and then it's going to be $500-600 in shipping. I'm going to have $1,500 in a front seat. I'm not trying to do all that. Looking back now, because I wanted to do leather, like saddle leather, what I should have done in the very beginning is just bought a complete interior kit. Because I had a front seat and a back seat. And I should have just went to National Chevrolet Association in St. Paul, Minnesota, and ordered a complete interior kit. All the stuff to cover the front seat, all the stuff to cover the back seat, new door panels, new kick panels, new headliner, new back door panels, trunk kit, the whole thing. Could have got the whole kit for like $3,400. The whole kit. But it only comes in factory colors that it come in, and I wanted brown. Well, I ain't got shit now, so it don't matter. So if I could find a front seat and a back seat, I got buddies that own like furniture stores, like where they build furnitures, like couches and stuff like that. I could get all the hardware to fix the springs in the seat. I would buy. What about if you got seats from someone? Yeah, it would. The front seats that I got posted up for this 68 C10 was $5,000 for the front seat. $5,000 for the front seat. I just want to, if I could find a 1953 or a 1954 Bel Air 2-door coupe or hardtop, front seat and back seat, locally, within a few hundred miles, I would buy it. And then I would save up the money, and then I would buy a complete interior kit from National Chevrolet Association, and I would do everything. Headliner, the window lace, I would do all that. It's a 1954 Bel Air coupe. So a 150 or a 210 is the same thing. You got 150, 210, and then the Bel Air. So all the seats were the same, it's just a trim. So it wouldn't matter to me if it was a 1953 or a 1954, 210 or 150, 210 or Bel Air. I need a front seat with the clamshells on the side and a back seat. The back seat and the back, the bottom and the back. In my neighborhood, I don't see many. Hey, well, I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, look. Hey, Mexican Lee, right there. Look, 910-220-7099. Let's do it again. 910-220-7099. Yeah, if you run across something, man, and they don't want, an arm and a leg and, my firstborn, I'd be interested, interested in it, because I can buy the door panels from National Chevrolet Association. I can buy everything from National Chevrolet Association except the seat. I can't buy the seat frame or the back seat frame. Now, I can buy everything else, the fabric, the foam, all that stuff. Not here. Not here. When scrap went to $19 and $20 a ton, $19 and $20 a hundred, they crushed everything. There used to be a junkyard up here on 49 that had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of old cars. And when scrap hit $18, $19 a hundred, I wasn't thinking about getting those seats because I had seats. They crushed. D.H. Griffin went up there and they was crushing. They was crushing like 400 or 500 cars a day. Man was making a killing, boy. They just making a killing. So, but, so I appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, I ain't got much content tonight. Just chit chatting. I'm glad everybody's here. I do got some news. The owner of the 63 Impala, he's probably watching. He might not watch because the car's not in here. But we've been talking off and on all day, and we have been ordering parts. Oh yeah, man, that's okay. I appreciate it, bud. I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, it's life, man. You gotta take the good and the bad and the ugly, man. You know, I just want to let everybody know everything ain't all sunshine and roses here. That, you know, shit happens here too, directly and indirectly. So I got some big news on the 63 Impala. So the owner seems to be like super motivated. So we're going small block. I appreciate it, Lee. We're going small block, but he actually reached out to me and said, Blueprint Engines has a complete turnkey kit. Is this something that would is this something? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if that's something you want to do. So I'm going to post the pictures up in my community post, but we're going to go with the Holley front drive system because it's compact, and I'm afraid the Blueprint front drive system, the AC will hit the inner fender of the Impala. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. He's ordered or going to order Viair 485E compressor kit so we can upgrade those compressors. So I was going to take it down to my homeboy shop and have him pull the engine and transmission out of it and let him build the engine, but that's okay. If the owner wants to just buy one turnkey ready to go, that's even better too. I can snatch that bad boy out here, and now we just got to find a $700 transmission and snatch that engine and transmission out, have the engine bay blasted and clean it up and stick a brand new Blueprint. I think it's 300. I think it's like 371 horsepower and 450 foot-pounds of torque with fuel injection unit on it. That's going to be super nice for that Impala. Really, really nice. So I'm real thankful for that. I'm blessed for that, that they decided to move forward. So I'm pretty much covered up. There is a 70 C10 that's coming back. So I got to get with him on that. So pretty much my books are full. My plate's full. So between the 61 Ford box truck, the 68 C10, now the 63 Impala, and the 70 C10 that's coming back, so we can do more stuff on that. I'm blessed, and my plate is full. So I'm super, super thankful for that. But anyways, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I don't know if I don't have nothing crazy tomorrow, I might not go live tomorrow. But I'm just, we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Take one day at a time. I appreciate you, boys and girls. Oh, yeah. Stay positive and motivated all the time, man, all the time. Yeah, you got to take the good. I did get a little in my feelings today. I seen a video of my little boy. It popped up in my news feed on Facebook and kind of got in my feelings a little bit. And so, yeah, it's cool. It's turkey season's coming, and he loved to go turkey hunting with me. And So it's coming that time around, and April 1st, April 2nd will be here, and before you know it, in 30 days it'll be turkey season, and I'm looking to get a turkey, at least one or two, and we'll go from there. Hey, this is what I say, Budville. Don't pet the sweaty stuff, and don't sweat the petty stuff. And property fence. I appreciate it. You too, and I appreciate every single one of you. I did a video. You want me to do another video? You want me to add it on this one? I did a video. I went live. I did it. You want me to do another one? I text you. You want me to show? You want me to end this video with this right here? What's up, Grand Prix? Vic? What's up, Vic? Scoot, do you want me to do another clip right now? Yes or no? I won't have the same reaction as I had before. I'll try. Do you want me to? I've been a bit busy. Okay. All right. So since Scoot called it out, I did it in an early video. I did an early video live. I didn't call Scoot's name out. Scoot has blessed me with a gift. And I can't give the same reaction that I gave this morning earlier that I give right now, but I will try my best. He kind of let me know what he was sending me, but I didn't really kind of fathom it until I actually opened it. And let me just say this, the only thing I asked is watch my videos, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and just let's interact. You don't have to send me nothing, but if you want to send me something, it is truly humbling, I promise you. I don't ask people to be members, like pay, like the members, like the bonus member stuff. I don't solicit that, but if you do that, I'm truly, truly blessed, and I'm truly, truly humbled and thankful and gratitude. For the ones that hits the super thanks and stuff like that, I am super, I cannot express how humbling it is, and I just cannot wrap my brain around people sending me stuff. It is so very humbling. It is so very humbling, very humbling. Again, it's not required to send me stuff, but people do stuff because they want to do it. And I accept it because it's a very humbling, I don't know how to keep saying it. It's very humbling to send me stuff. I mean, like Dusty's Garage sent me a sticker, and I'm very humbled they did none of that. I got another subscriber that sends me tools and stuff. I got one subscriber that sends me these hats. I got one subscriber that sends me old antique glasses and stuff. It is very, very, very humbling. Very humbling. Very humbling, right? So let me show you what my man Scoot sent me. Now, I have a multimeter, but it's an old one. I've had it for a long, long time. But I promise you, I don't have one like this. Y'all see that? Snap on. Now, I'm so glad there's a manual in this thing, because I am going to, when I open this today, this is how I opened this. I opened it just like this. This one will show you. I opened it like this, and it's got this rag over it, hiding it. And when I opened it, I went, man, you serious right now? This is crazy. It's crazy. That's not the same reaction I give this morning. You'll have to go back and watch that other video, but let me show you. Y'all can look it together. So this is the way, oh no, Budville, this is better than cash. Look, I want y'all to look. This son of a gun right here is crazy. I mean, just, yeah, yeah. I have to, look, the instructions is right here. So I'm gonna have to do some studying on this thing. This thing is Bluetooth. I mean, it's got air. I mean, it's just crazy what this thing will do. I mean, just crazy. So I cannot express how humbling this is. I mean, RPM, temperature, duty cycle. You can test diodes. You can do cylinders. You can do injectors. I mean, you can pretty much. I mean, hell, I can probably wire it up to ride on SpaceX or something. Yeah, Budville, pretty much anything. So when I say this, yeah, 35 foot away. I mean, it Bluetooths to your phone. I mean, I'm gonna have to read this thing like multiple times, and I'm gonna have to go through it and just. When Scoot says, "Hey man, I want to send you something. I got something I want to gift you," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. What you got?" And he's like, "I got this multimeter," and I'm like, "Okay, I got a multimeter," and he's like, "No, I want to give you this," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "All right," and I don't know how to react to stuff like that because I'm not used to it. I mean, I'm not used to people just doing stuff for me. You know what I mean? It's very weird, like to me, because I'm not used to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, it's got dang alligator. Look, that looks like something like on a predator, man. Look, I mean, look at that. Look, I mean, look. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, I'm gonna tear some shit up so I can see if it works. I mean, I know it works, but hell, let's tear some shit up, But I mean, that thing right there looks like a damn, like, I mean, look at this right here. It's like this right here. Look, it's like, like a damn alien or something. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, you got the diode tester, for resistors. I mean, it's just, what the hell is this? Oh, hell, man. Y'all know that booger. You know that booger y'all can't get to, man? Look at that. That's a booger getter, man. That's one of them deep boogers. I'm going to get that booger up there. I got one for both noses. That's that booger getter, man. And that's that one for that deep. Let me get that sun going. Look, get that thing way up in there. Let's just get up in that snarls like Gazzo. Look, that's crazy, man. Just, yeah, very. Hey, y'all know the day I was showing y'all those little silicone packs that you get in medicine or when you get something electronics, you got those little silicone packs, like for moisture. I save those in a pill bottle. And you know why I save those? For shit like this. You take those things and you throw it in there, and those things will keep moisture and humidity out of that. I keep those. I got them in a pill bottle, and that's what I use for them. I use them for that, to throw it and stuff like that. So when you get medicine and vitamins and stuff, and they got those little silicone packs in there, don't throw them away. Keep them, because you can take them and throw them and stuff like this, and when you close it up, it keeps the moisture and stuff off your electronics. So yeah. Scoot and everybody that has sent me something, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. This is very, very, oh yeah, look. Let's check the voltage in the nose. Look, Man, so that's to check continuity and voltage and amperage and pulse and everything and that. So, yep, that's what that is. Look, got a hint. Look at this. Watch this. Scoot, you've had that on something? Look. I used to have my ears. I bet I'd get that sun gun in there. I can't get it in there. That's a magnet. Damn if it ain't. And it's a damn good one too, boy. That sun gun's a damn grown one. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, you could be underneath the car, man, and just click that on a frame rail. And that sun gun could be hanging there, man. You be looking. That's what it's. Yeah, bud, it's a damn magnet. Damn gonna hook it to it. Man, that is so freaking cool, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read this. Yeah, my wife just texted me. She said, if you come and eat, you better come eat. And somebody said, man, you always eating. Oh, dude, I eat like every 2 or 3 hours. I told her I wanted a pizza. And she said, yeah. Where's the color pictures at? No, I'm just speaking. I'll read it. I'll read it and read it, read it and read it, read it. I'll read whatever, like, look right here. It says, measuring temperature. And your phone can check the brake lights, setting cameras. All right. It says, measuring temperature can measure -40 to 5. Holy shit. -40 to 510 degrees Celsius or -40 to 950 degrees. What in the hell am I checking 950 degrees? We're going to be cooking chicken? Man, we're going to be getting the grill out with this thing. To avoid possible meter or equipment damage, please note that optical thermal coupler is rated up to 950 degrees Fahrenheit or 510 degrees Celsius. For higher temperatures, a different probe is required. Rotary switch position to temperature. Select the temperature mode. Press the function button until desired temperature mode is selected, either in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Activate manual range. Hold for 2 seconds, return to auto range. Activates minimum, max, and average. Record modes every 2 seconds and deactivate. Activates relative mode. Hold for 2 seconds and deactivate. Activates data hold for non-automotive functions. Press again to deactivate. Hold for another 2 seconds. Activate the 1 MSP pack. Hold down DC volt and DC current functions to measure temperature. Optional functions. We're gonna cook some damn chicken with it too and see if that works. Today is the day he never went back. I have a Snap-on toolbox. I have a big Snap-on toolbox in the back, and I have some Snap-on tools, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. No, but I do have a Holley bearing. I did get picked up by Holley to be a authorized dealer for Holley. So that went through Friday. I forgot to tell y'all that. So they're sending me some banners so I can put some banners up in the shop. LS or Snap-on affiliated. I'm affiliated. Snap-on is the best, but so expensive. Yeah. Hey Scoot, how you been? Yeah, I was fortunate enough. I got some Snap-on stuff. Now I didn't get like a mega box. I got like it's not really that big. I mean, it is, but it's not. And it's in the back, and it has a lot of signatures on it, like Richard Petty, Diesel Brothers, Jesse James, a lot of people that I've done work with over the years. I got them to sign the toolbox, so it's in the back. But yeah, I got an old Fluke multimeter that I've had from like it's like 30 years old, and it don't do nothing like this. Man, it's so freaking cool, man. So, put all this back. I have like, Scoot, that's crazy, big dog. That's crazy. Hey, but you're only as good as your tools, you know what I mean? And I don't use a lot of, I use the same stuff over and over and over and over again, over and over again. Somebody was bitching and complaining that I used a Harbor Freight dolly hammer to hit a punch, and it's like, oh, you just killed that dolly hammer. I was like, dude, I bought it at a yard sale for 50 cents. I mean, I collect little by little. Well, that is too freaking cool. I'd like to have a small forklift. I use my loader to unload stuff. Man, this is so cool, man. I really appreciate it, man. Scoot, like I said, I appreciate everybody that sends me stuff. Again, it's not required, but it is a blessing, and I greatly appreciate it. I really do. My wife just texted me and said, your pizza gonna be cold. I'm a chef and I always collect as you go. That's right, accumulate as we go. I got 916 wrenches and ain't got a damn 10 millimeter in a 100-mile radius. 10 millimeters get stolen in the middle of the night by goblins. So I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I mean, it's very humbling. Remember when I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch, work sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, that loose end drag, piece of them chicken grease, I'm out.